Meet Mr. W. Now, Mr. W was my 8th grade social studies teacher. He was the kind of teacher to let us watch a movie that we don't need to take notes on. And to make things even better, bruh, I was doing really good in this class, so it was smooth sailing. Until one day, we were diving into a new lesson, but it was about slavery, and that is already a touchy subject enough. But class is about to end, but he wants us to do something a little bit more active, getting out of our desks. And Mr. W says this: all right, everybody, for the remainder of the class, everybody's gonna get up and get into little groups and recreate parts of slavery.
I beg your pardon?
After Mr. W said that, it took a minute for my brothers and sisters in the class to really register in our brains what he just said. But once it clicked, we all decided, bro, we ain't recreating nothing. Like, no, we're not doing that. So we all got up and we went to the back of the class for the remainder of the period. And we got into like a football huddle because we were just all so upset. But at the same time, we were young, so we really didn't know what to do. But I finally decided to say something in the huddle. I was like, he gotta get in trouble for this. He's dead wrong. You know what? I'm gonna go tell Mr. Symbol about this joint. And everybody in the huddle agreed. Now, for context purposes, Mr. Symbol, he was the 8th grade counselor and he was a brother. So I knew for a fact he wouldn't let me down. But Mr. Symbol wasn't the only person I was gonna tell. When I got home, I also told my mom. And I knew for a fact as soon as I told her, she was gonna be furious, and rightfully so. She was so upset. So she got on her laptop and she started emailing everybody. She emailed Mr. Symbol, the principal of the school, and she emailed the public school officials. So like the people at the top of the board when it comes to school. And everybody emailed her back and they wanted to have an adult meeting with everyone, including Mr. W. Now, you just heard what I just said to you, right? An adult meeting. Meaning, I wasn't allowed to attend. But I was at home just patiently waiting for my mom to come in and tell me everything that went down. And boom, my mom begins by saying this: Mr. W was on one side and my mom, Mr. Symbol, and the public school officials were on the other side. Mr. Symbol said my mom can go first, and as you can tell, she let him have it. You know, she was yelling, she was in frustration, she was in anger, not just for me, but for all my other classmates as well, and just for the lack of professionalism that he had displayed that day. As this was going on, Mr. W, he didn't really say anything, but he was just shaking. Then that's when Mr. Symbol said, now Mr. W, you must be able to understand Mrs. Toon's frustration. I'm sure many other students told their parents also. And me, the public school officials, and Miss Toons, of course, are disappointed in your behavior. And that's when Mr. W, he decides to apologize, blah, 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 blah. It was just, you know, it's probably just a bunch of. But after Mr. W said his part, that's when the school officials, they start talking amongst themselves to decide what to do for his future in teaching. And basically they told him he's not going to be teaching for a very long time. They never personally told me like if he got fired or anything, but I do remember moving forward, I would rarely see him a lot. Now in social studies class, we would have like substitutes here and there, but me and my friends, we didn't really mind that, you know, as long as we didn't see him, it was cool. But I had this vivid memory of my last time running into Mr. W. I ran into him at the mall. I remember just giving him this like blank stare. It was kind of like a smile too, but I did that so he can remember. So he can remember the mistake. So he can remember that stain, that stamp on his career forever, and it will never be removed. Now he was trying not to look at me, but I know from the corner of his peripherals, he saw me. I know he remember. I know he remembers. But at the end of the day, bro, like whether it's a teacher, college professor, manager, whatever, don't be going for no disrespect, man. But with all that being said, man, thank y'all for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all for all the love on my last video as well. I really do appreciate that. More Drewtoons are on the way, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.